zapravljeni, a zavjesice na prozorima.
Why's it gotta be so complicated? Maybe this love thing's overrated. My feet in the sand, but facing my hands. I know it's my fault cause I never make plans.
Here is the airport, and here is our baby for the next 2 days. Philip is taking pictures just to make sure that we return it in the same state we take it. Vacation officially started. So we stopped at our first stop, only half an hour from the airport, and guys, look at this. Just look at this. I mean, how pretty it is. And the whole road we were driving from the airport, the whole road was so beautiful, so green. Literally felt like we were in the middle of the nature. So now Philip is getting ready. Our baby is gonna fly, and hopefully we will shoot some nice shots.
Why's it gotta be so complicated? Maybe this love thing's overrated. My feet in the sand, but facing my hands. I know it's my fault cause I never make plans. And now you're telling me you love me, but she don't even know me. I'm down to hang, but if you're falling, do it slowly. Yeah, cause I've been thinking lately, if I take my time, try to get it right, I could see you in a different light. If I take my time.
I arrived in Montenegro from Istanbul since there are no direct flights between Georgia and the country. I was expecting this country to be beautiful, but the landscape we saw from the plane and on our way from the airport exceeded all our expectations. 80% of the country is covered with mountains, and driving here feels like driving through some kind of national park. Even the name Montenegro is translated as the country of the Black Mountains, and no wonder why. The first part of the road from the airport in the capital to the town of Kotor lies through the mountains and highland villages, while the second part is the stunning serpentine with vistas of the Adriatic Sea. Montenegro itself is quite small, with only 190 kilometers in length, making it one of the smallest countries in Europe. However, Montenegro is famous for its diverse landscape. We arrived in Kotor by the evening, so didn't do much of sightseeing on that day, just had a yummy dinner at one of the restaurants in the old town and then headed back to our hotel.
Good morning! We are in Montenegro, in the city of Kotor, which is one of the most popular sites of Montenegro, and yesterday we arrived in Montenegro in the second part of the day, but we managed to see a couple of sites. We also saw the old town of Kotor, and the whole way we were driving from the airport. I mean, I was expecting this country to be beautiful, but it turned out to be 10 times as beautiful. Like, the road was just breathtaking, and the mountains, the sea, like everything is just so picturesque. These tiny houses with the red roofs, the surroundings, it's just so beautiful that I really feel like this place is very underrated. And today we're starting our first full day in Kotor. We're gonna explore a couple of nearby villages, and also, hopefully, if it doesn't rain, because from the morning it was raining a bit, we will climb one of famous fortresses in Kotor. It's called Kotor Fortress, and from there you can see the whole view of Kotor and the bay. So we'll take you with us and keep you updated.
სხვათა შორის მონტენეგრო ძალიან ბაზუკა ქვეყანაა და გადადგილება ძალიან კომფორტულია მანქანით. ანუ არ არის მაინც დიდი მანძილი. ჩვენ ახლა ჯამში დაგვჭირდა აეროპორტიდან აქამდე. საათ 9:30 მე მგონი. ამ შვენიერი განწყობით ვიწყებთ ჩვენს მოგზაურობას. თითქმის მივედი ჩვენს მანქანამდე. როგორც ყოველთვის, თან წაგიყვანთ და ყველაფერს გაჩვენებთ. ახლა გავჩერდით, აი უბრალოდ რაღაცა ადგილია შუა გზაში და ნახეთ რა სილამაზეა.
Tossed and turned as thoughts began to play. How can this be life? Every day I would just waste away.
place we came to visit is considered the postcard of Montenegro, a 15th century fishing village that was once turned into a luxury hotel in 1950s and later in 2006 was bought by a real estate company and changed into a resort. This place was once a favorite destination for celebrities like Sophie Loren, Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, and many more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know what it is. Rest in peace, Mac, don't trip. Gotta thank Kotor for the hit. Hobby turn a hobby to legit. Now we body every bitch. Still a bougie bitch talking that bullshit. So why you throwing shade on me? Cause I just do my thing low key. But nigga, while I'm doing Tai Chi, never met a motherfucker like me. Yeah, man, what's up?
Not a life that I choose. You loosened up my guard, sat right in my heart.
We are now in the second biggest city of Montenegro called Budva, and although it's raining, we still love this place. We are now walking towards the old town. We're gonna eat some breakfast and then do the sightseeing.
Traditional Montenegrin cuisine consists of loads of hearty meals, meat, potatoes, cheese, and of course seafood. You won't find any fancy breakfast spots with matcha latte here. Local breakfast is pretty basic and simple. After the breakfast, we started exploring the old town of Budva, protected by 15th century city walls. The old town is not very big, but really charming. There are loads of narrow old lanes packed with restaurants and souvenir shops, beautiful old houses, cute handicraft shops, and other good stuff old towns usually tend to have. Unfortunately, on that day we weren't very lucky with the weather. It was raining and very windy, so the town looked a little bit empty-ish. But despite the weather, we really enjoyed our time here and even managed to visit one of the highlights of the town, a very well-preserved defense fortress, Cittadella, built by Venetians in the 15th century. In the past, the fortress used to play a very important role in the city's defense system. Today, it's one of the best spots to see the old town view. On our way from Budva to Kotor, the weather completely changed and the sun came out.
I'm just chilling.
You're so sweet. They're for us?
No,
Beep beep, no? Philip, you saw your relatives? აი დაახლოებით ასე გამოიყურება გზები მონტენეგროზე. ყველგან აბსოლუტურად. ულამაზესი მთები. როგორც წესი მოჩანს ახლო-მახლო პატარა სოფელი და ზღვაც.
You don't really got no crystal ball. Shut the fuck up. I don't wanna hear that shit at all. You too stuck up, but ain't no problem that I could've solved. Always on a trip, always into some shit. Gotta be that zone. One sec.
ძალიან ლამაზი ქვეყანაა, არ ვიცი, სიტყვები არ მყოფის. იმიტომ რომ ასეთი ლანდშაფტი მე მართლა არ მინახავს ერთად. ეხლა მივდივართ ერთ-ერთ ცნობილ სოფელში, დასახლებაში, რომელსაც პერასტი ეწოდება. აქვე ახლოს არის და იქიდანაც შეგირთვებით.
Not a life that I choose. You loosened up my guard, sat right.
ნახეთ, აქაც საღდგომოთ ემზადებიან. We are in the town of Perast. It's also located very close to Kotor and weather has changed completely. I mean, in first part of the day
I was shooting that we got in the heavy rain and we got super cold and wet, and in this kind of weather you can't really fully enjoy the place, although we really like the place. We went to Budva old town and there was the old citadel which we visited. It was like very impressive, but it was so cold, so windy that we were literally freezing. And we got back to the car, turned on the heating and finally got warm. But now you see that the weather changes here very often, and now it's, what time is it, like 6 or something?
Almost
6 p.m. and we arrived in Perast and the weather changed completely and the place looks so beautiful. It kind of reminds us a little bit of the Lake Como in Italy. Like the mountains are different, but this vibe of the boats and the bay and like the surroundings is kind of similar. But this place is just stunning, and the tiny streets of the old town, they look very different from the old towns we've seen before, like for example of Spain or of Italy. It has its own style, and the old churches here, most of them date back to like 15th century or 17th century, and they look very interesting from the inside as well. So it's a very enjoyable place, and wow, Montenegro is just like a great destination. I feel like this place is really underrated.
The town of Perast turned out to be even prettier than we expected, and generally, our first day in Montenegro left a very good impression on both me and Philip. This tiny country became officially independent only in 2006. Before, it used to be a part of Yugoslavia and then a member of the Union of Serbia and Montenegro. Of course, such complicated past left traces on the country's historic and linguistic background. For example, besides the official Montenegrin language, the other languages of the former Yugoslavia states are also widely understood here today. Another cool thing about Montenegro is that it's one of a few countries that use two alphabets at the same time, Latin and Cyrillic. For me, Montenegro was definitely love at first sight. Our first day in this country was just perfect. It was full of cultural experiences, loads of beautiful landscapes, and we could not wait to see more.
Why has it gotta be so complicated? Maybe this